But let's focus in on the primary markets. Ujjivan Financial Services, the issue opens 28th April, and we're talking to the management. Sudha Suresh, CFO, joins in on the show. Thanks much for being with us. Let's start off by talking about the issue objects, given that close to 350 crore rupees is the issue size.
I don't know what is the schedule. Yes.
To know what is the objective of this issue, because your current branch network, if you could just walk us through what it is at the present and what you plan to ramp it up to.
Fine. So Ujjivan is looking at raising this capital primarily to augment its capital base, and we are looking at augmenting it with the requisite growth as we transition into an SFB. Currently, we have a branch network of about 470 branches. Our portfolio is about 4,600 crores, and we are looking for branch expansion in the unbanked areas in the near future.
Right. Ma'am, you're of course joining us on a day when, Equitas, which is in the same space as you, has had a phenomenal listing of something like 33% premium. So I'm sure you're very encouraged by it. But do talk to us a little bit about, your business. For example, what are the assets under management right now? And, if you could maybe give us some color on the historic NIM average.
Fine. So yes, the results today, what we see are very encouraging, what we see on Equitas. And, with the RBI mandate which has been given to us in terms of converting into an SFB, our business will grow essentially in three verticals. We have a very well-established microfinance business. We propose to grow our business also in the micro enterprise lending, which also includes individual business loans, and the other vertical will be housing. So we are looking at a growth phase where the microfinance lending continues, but we will be expanding our portfolio to a significant extent in terms of the micro SME lending and housing in the near future.
Now, when you convert into a small finance bank, your ROA and return on equity also might be impacted. So how do you plan to hold on to it? How do you plan to manage it?
Yeah, so as you indicated rightly, as we transition to an SFB, there will be related cost to that. At the same time, there are advantages in terms of the reduced cost of funding and also the fact that we'll be able to tap in on the CASA. So we are looking at a phase where initially we will be establishing, and to that extent there could be changes in the ROA and the ROE in the transition phase and transformation phase. But over the years, as we move towards the growth phase, definitely we will be able to look up in terms of the returns that we have been giving.
Ma'am, let's talk a little bit more about the growth phase, which you keep referring to. In terms of sectors, if you can tell us specifically, where do you see the bulk of growth coming in right now? And, what's the sort of road ahead looking like? Where do you believe you will see a major driver of growth for the business?
Yeah. So as you are aware, Ujjivan is well entrenched and the most geographically diversified company. It has got 470 branches across 24 states and 209 districts. In terms of a microfinance business, the potential to continue in our newly formed branches, which were incorporated a couple of years back, continues. In terms of growth, I think that there are regions both in terms of west and north where the growth can further continue. We are also looking at opening up branches in the unbanked districts subject to the RBI guidelines which have been given for the SFB. Predominantly where we are looking at growth in terms of verticals would be the micro SME lending and the housing. And this could encompass not only our current customer segment, but this could also include segments which are hitherto untapped. There is a huge market potential there in terms of the micro enterprise lending, and this is something which we will be tapping significantly in the near future.
Let you go on that note. Thanks much for joining in and giving us views on the future prospects for Ujjivan Financial. Meantime, Mr. Richard Ile, Chief Economist, Emerging Markets in Asia, ex-Japan, and Manishi Raychaudhuri, Asia Pacific Equity Strategist, talking to ET Now.